How to use Microsoft Forms to create a survey. So first, what you want to do is just simply open up your browser, then go to this website right here. It's m365.cloud.microsoft. So once you're here on the website, you just simply need to go to the forms. So if you don't see the forms option right here or forms button, you just simply need to click on the apps here on the left side, then go to forms right here. So click on that, then wait for it to load. And for this video, we're going to create a survey and just simply click on the survey templates right here and just wait for it to load again. And once you're here, you could either start from scratch, which is right here. You could create a title. You could also add some options. But if you like to use a template, so let's say you want to have a survey for your new product that you're selling. So let's find a template for that right here. So as you can see, there's a new product survey right there. So I'm going to use that to make things easier. As you can see, it automatically pops up just like that. And as you can see, these are all the options. And if I scroll down, I could also add another question. So let's say you want 10 questions overall. So I'm just going to add one first. You could either set it to choice or multiple choice, to a text, to a rating. So let's say I want to add in a text. And you just simply need to add the question and they input their answer here at the bottom. So you could set it to long answer. So it basically extends this box right here, which means that they could basically input longer sentences and stuff. And you could also set it to required, which basically means that they cannot skip the question and they cannot submit the form without answering this particular question. And after that, you'd also add another one. So it's up to you how many questions you'd like to add. But for this, let's try it rating. And here you could see that you could add the question right here. And you could also add levels of the rating. So you could go from 1 to 10, or 2 to 10 rather. So it started 2. And you could also go to 10. And you could also change the symbol. You could go from star, number, heart, or thumb like, and the trophy, check mark. So let's say I want number and from 1 to 10. And if you click on the red dot right here on the side, you could set it to subtitle and add a label and add some branching. So let's say subtitle. As you can see, there's a subtitle right there. You could also add a label if you want. So let's say 1 is the lowest and 10 is the highest. And if I go back right here, as you can see, it has the label for the ratings just like that. You could also move questions up and down. So let's say I want to move this question up. You could either drag it and the numberings will automatically fix or will automatically adjust. You could either drag it or just simply click on the question again and click on the upper arrow and the lower arrow right here. And if you want to delete a question, so let's say I want to delete question 9, so just simply click on it, then click on the delete icon right there. And you could also, let's say you did something and you want to copy the format of that particular question. So let's say I want to copy this question right here so that I won't do it again or I won't start from scratch when doing or copying this question. The easy way to do it is just simply go to that particular question and click on the copy question right here. It automatically copies it below that question, just like that. And also, don't forget to change the title if you want. So you could change this to however you want. And there's also a subtitle right here that you could put. So there's an advice right here that a good subtitle is like a trailer. It's a great chance to let your audience know what the forum is about and get better responses. Now, once you're done with the questions, you could actually change the style of this. So you could go to style here at the top and you could customize it however you want. You could do it like this, the header. So you could do it like that. You could also do it like this. You could customize it however you want, but for me, I'm just going to stay it right there. And for the background, you could also change it just like so. There's a ton of background right here. You could also add some background music and just select the background music that you want. And you could also go customize backgrounds. Just simply go to customize and you have images right here. So if you want to have a customized image, just simply click on the plus button, and here you could upload an image or customize the colors right there. Now, once everything's done, you just simply need to go to settings first and check the settings. So you could click on this one to disable responses. So basically, no one could fill out your form, but you don't want that. So just make sure that that stays like that. Or you could also disable that if you don't want anyone answering your forms anymore. So let's say you don't want someone to answer your form, you just simply need to disable that. But you could also set a start date and end date for your form. So let's say these are the dates. I'm just gonna click on this and click on the end date. So these are the dates that you could only answer the form. So you could only answer the form or respond to the form on these particular dates or on between, let's say, April 4 up to April 7, and you can also adjust the time. So these are the only dates and time that they could actually answer these responses, or you could also do it manually just by clicking accept responses right here and disable it, as I said earlier. And you could also set a time duration if you want, which I don't advise since this is a survey. You don't really need to set a time duration for it. So as you can see right there. And you could also shuffle the questions. So if you click on it, you'll just basically shuffle the question every time someone's open it up. And here you could disable question number for respondents. And you could also show a progress bar, but only available for multi-page surveys, forms, and quizzes. And if you want to get notified if someone have answered your survey, you could set this to check to get email notifications for each response. And you could also check out this hide submit another response option. So this is what you see when you actually finished the survey. So basically, it shows you this so that you could have or submit another response or just do the survey again, which is I think not ideal for service survey forms like this. And also you could customize your thank you message. So your response was submitted. So this is what it looks like after you've answered the form. So you could check this out, or I mean delete it and replace it with something. So say thank you for answering the survey. So just like that, and have a nice day. And this is what they'll see after you have finished answering the survey or after someone has finished answering the survey. And here, there's also optional allow respondents to save their responses. So it's up to you if you want them to save it or not, so that they can have like a receipt or something. Now, once it's done, you simply need to click on collect responses. And here you will see that you could copy the link. You could also shorten the URL if you want. And you could also send someone the form via email address. So just simply their email address right here, then click on send once done. And you could also make a QR code and post it on social media or send it to someone so that they could scan it and they'll be redirected here on the forms page or on your form that you created. You could also embed it right here. You could also share it to Facebook and share it to X right there. Once that's done, just simply click on share every time you do it. And if you want to view the responses, you simply need to go back to this form and click on view responses here at the top right. And here you will see all of the respondents, how many responded, and also the average time it took to answer your form, and also the duration on how long you have opened up the form, and basically all of the analytics and responses overview right here. And that's basically it.